and welcome. You're watching 6 Stories at 6 with me, Ishita Mitra. Let's get started with the 6 stories we have for you today. Now, we're starting with story number 1. Rahul Gandhi went off the script in the parliament today. Going against the rules, he quoted a book of the former army chief that has not even been published yet. Now, he's tried giving a spin to this Doklam issue. We'll get you all the details about his full exchange with the defense minister in Lok Sabha today. Now, also coming up, BCCI backs ICC on Pakistan boycotting T20 World Cup match against India. And while Pakistan say that they will be boycotting India match, should India have done it? That's the big question we ask on Republic. Now, also on the show is the story about why are 16 Indian crew members trapped in Iran. The full story will explain to you all the details later on the show. Now, meanwhile, 161 Indian workers have also been stranded in Saudi Arabia. Ambedkar Nagar laborers have now released a video pleading for rescue. We'll get you all the updates on that. And the most talked about feud just weeks back was about Mary Kom and her ex-husband. And now, not letting go of the headlines, Mary Kom has released an apology. Why now and what has she said? We'll get you all the details on that. And now, viewers, in news that is making international headline. Pakistan forces have killed about 145 fighters in Balochistan right after the deadliest attack in 1 decade. All the details later on. And now, viewers, a top focus at this hour. Rahul Gandhi has stoked the controversy, making a mention of Galwan clashes, saying that the Chinese tanks were hundreds of meters away from our positions in the Kailash range is something that he claims is mentioned in the book, in fact, by General Nirvani. Now, BJP took on the Congress asking Rahul Gandhi if the book being referred to in the Lok Sabha is even published. Here are more details on that story. Take a look at how this exchange erupted in the Lok Sabha today between the defense minister and the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi. Here's more.
The tanks were within a few hundred meters of Indian positions on the Kailash range.
कैलाश रिज में टैंक इनको किसने बताया है? ये लिखा हुआ नहीं पढ़ सकते आप, अध्यक्ष ने ना बोला है।
No sir, no sir, no sir. No, we only started. No, he is not yielding.
It is a massive showdown between Rahul Gandhi and Rajnath Singh in Lok Sabha. It started with Rahul raising an unpublished memoir of former Chief of Army Staff General Nirvani.
Starting.
क्या वह पुस्तक प्रकाशित हुई है जिसमें यह सब सारी बातें उन्होंने लिखी हैं? यदि प्रकाशित हुई है तब तो आप उसका उल्लेख करिए, नहीं प्रकाशित हुई है तो उल्लेख करने का कोई औचित्य नहीं है।
Rahul claims Chinese tanks were 100 meters away from our positions in Kailash range.
And this is from the memoir of Army Chief Naravani. And I'd like you to listen nicely. You will understand exactly who is patriotic, who is not. And I quote from an article that is quoting his book. The tanks were within a few hundred meters of Indian positions on the Kailash range.
No sir, no sir, no sir. No, we only started.
The government interjected, calling out Rahul Gandhi's claims.
रक्षा मंत्री जी इतना ही कह रहे हैं कि नरवणे जी की पुस्तक को आप रिफर कर रहे हो तो वो प्रकाशित हुई या नहीं हुई, वो स्पष्टता करें। नरवणे की रिपोर्ट नहीं है, नरवणे का पुस्तक नहीं है, इतना स्पष्टता करें। मैगजीन तो कुछ भी लिख सकता है।
Rahul goes on, says it is a matter of national security.
It's a matter of national security. It's a matter of national security. Chinese troops, forces were right in front of our forces. Chinese forces, our forces had taken Kailash Ridge, sir, in eastern Ladakh. Chinese forces.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं व्यवस्था चाहता हूँ कि ये जो बात जो नेता प्रतिपक्ष कह रहे हैं, यह इसकी जानकारी उनको कहां से प्राप्त हुई है?
He targets government says it wants to hide the truth from the people of India.
इसमें नारावाने जी ने कहा है कि उनका मेमोआर है, उसे सरकार पब्लिश नहीं होने दे रही है, इसमें सब लिखा है। और मैं सिर्फ इसमें से 5 लाइन पढ़ना चाहता हूं, जिसमें नारावाने जी ने राजनाथ सिंह के बारे में और मोदी जी के बारे में बोला।
The BJP meanwhile hit back at Rahul for demoralizing the Indian army and humiliating the forces.
I come from Arunachal Pradesh. Every inch of territory is secured. Every village is connected. Every border point is connected with road, mobile phone, electricity, water supply. But during Congress time, all these borders were left to most backward region. The Congress party has no business to talk about the borders of our country. And they must apologize for surrendering huge chunk of land during 1959 and 1962. So that humiliation what we received in 1962, Congress has to apologize to the nation.
Government's position on Galwan has always remained steadfast. Government says no intrusion took place and not even an inch of land was taken by China. Even so, politics over the Galwan clashes has once again started, this time on the floor of the parliament.
And now viewers, the ICC has sent out a clear warning to Pakistan after Islamabad signalled a boycott of the India-Pakistan clash at the T20 World Cup. Now calling the selective participation damaging to the spirit of game and the global cricket, the body has now asked Pakistan to consider the long-term consequences of its action. Here's more details on this story.
The International Cricket Council has reacted after Pakistan signalled it will boycott its T20 World Cup match against India following directions from its government. In an official response, the International Cricket Council said it has taken note of the developments surrounding Pakistan's participation. However, the Council made it clear that selective participation runs contrary to the basic premise of a global sporting event like the World Cup. The ICC stressed that its tournaments are built on sporting integrity, competitiveness, consistency, and fairness for all participating teams. It warned that choosing which matches to play undermines the spirit of competition and erodes the credibility of the tournament. The governing body added that such a move is not in the interest of the global game or its worldwide fan base. The ICC said that it hopes the Pakistan Cricket Board will consider the long-term implications of this decision for the future of cricket in Pakistan. The Council also said it is awaiting formal communication from the PCB before taking any further steps. Sources say the ICC could impose punitive measures if Pakistan refuses to play, including forfeiture of match points, financial penalties, and possible disciplinary action against ICC regulations. Pakistan on Sunday confirmed its participation in the T20 World Cup but announced that it will boycott its group stage match against India. The decision was taken by the government of Pakistan after the ICC removed Bangladesh from the tournament following Dhaka's refusal to play matches in India, citing security concerns. The development comes despite prior agreements between the ICC, BCCI and the PCB to hold all India-Pakistan fixtures at neutral venues. Meanwhile, the BCCI is yet to issue an official statement. Sources say that the board is awaiting formal communication from the ICC on the matter. According to top sources, the Indian team will proceed strictly as per ICC protocol. India will arrive at the R. Premadasa Stadium at the designated time on match day and will wait for the match referee to take a call on calling off the fixture should Pakistan choose not to take the field. However, with its response, the International Cricket Council has sent a clear message to Pakistan, warning that selective participation has consequences and urging the PCB to weigh the long-term cost of politicizing cricket. even as the world's biggest T20 tournament approaches.
And now we are shifting focus. The worsening condition of the detained vessel MT Valiant Roar has now sparked a serious concern. And this as families of 16 Indian seafarers are now pleading for urgent intervention. Now with engines and generators defunct, sanitation almost collapsing and all communications cut off, families fear for their loved ones' safety. Intercepted by Iran's Revolutionary Guards in December last year, the vessel remains in custody, raising one pressing question. Will officials finally act? Take a look at the story.
Fresh alarm bells are ringing over the deteriorating condition of the vessel Mount Valiant Roar, with families of 16 detained Indian seafarers urgently seeking emergency evacuation. The families have appealed directly to PM Narendra Modi, urging immediate intervention to ensure the safety and repatriation of their loved ones. Communication with the crew has remained cut off since the vessel was intercepted, deepening anxiety and uncertainty among the family members back home. Sources speaking exclusively to Republic TV reveal that the condition of the ship has worsened significantly, making it unsafe for the crew to remain on board.
हमारा बेटा विजय कुमार विलियंट रोड शिप पर कैप्टन पद पर तैनात है। वो पिछले 8 दिसंबर से और 2025 तक ईरान ने जो है बंधक बना हुआ है और उसके 15 साथी भी भारतीय उनके साथ हैं। हमने बार बार प्रधानमंत्री और विदेश मंत्री से प्रार्थना की है कि इनको 16 के 16 भारतीयों को जल्द से जल्दी ईरान के बंधक से छुटवाकर जल्दी हमारे भारत देश में लाया जाए।
हाँ जी, सरकार से मेरी एक बार है कि मेरा बेटा विजय और उसके सब साथी घर पर आएँ जल्दी से जल्दी अपने बच्चों के पास, ताकि उसके माँ बाप और बच्चे रो रो का बहुत बुरा हाल है, ताकि वे हमारे से देखे नहीं जाए।
मेरे फादर का नाम कैप्टन विजय कुमार, वो एक प्रोफेशनल इंडियन सीफेयर है। उन्हें 2 महीने पहले ईरान में डिटेन किया गया है। वे सिर्फ अपनी ड्यूटी निभा रहे थे। ये मेरे लिए और मेरे परिवार के लिए बहुत स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशन है। मैं उन्हें बहुत मिस करता हूँ। मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी से यही रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि उन्हें अपने घर जल्द से जल्द लाया जाए।
मेरे बेटे का नाम मंजूर अहमद अंसारी है। ओलियन रोड में शिप में काम कर रहा था। वहाँ से ईरान वाले लोग पकड़कर ले जाके जेल में डाल दिए हैं। मोदी जी से निवेदन है कि बच्चों लोग को जल्द से जल्द छुड़वाइए।
मेरे हस्बैंड का नाम अनिल कुमार सिंह, चीफ अफसर मर्चेंट नेवी में जॉब करते हैं। उनके जहाज़ का नाम है MT वेलिएंट रोर और कंपनी का नाम है प्राइम टैंकर LLC दुबई। ओनर का नाम है जोगिंदर सिंह बरार। और 8 दिसंबर 2025 को मेरे हस्बैंड का जहाज़ ईरान वालों ने किडनैप किया। 1 महीना तक उन लोग को जहाज़ में रखे। उसके बाद 6 जनवरी 2026 को 12 लोगों को किसी बहाने से बोले आप ले चलते हैं। उन लोगों को ले गए, जेल में डाल दिए।
मेरे बड़े भैया मसूद आलम वेलिएंट रोर नाम करके एक शिप है, उस पर काम करते हैं। उस शिप को ईरानी नेवी वाले ने 8 दिसंबर से ही अरेस्ट करके लेकर चले गए हैं। हमने अपने प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी से और डॉक्टर जयशंकर जी से कितनी बार गुहार लगाया, लेकिन अभी तक कोई मदद नहीं मिला है हम लोगों को।
जब जहाज़ दुबई से चली 8/12/25 को इंटरनेशनल वाटर से ईरान के नेवी ने गोलीबारी करते हुए जहाज़ को किडनैप कर लिया। किडनैप करके सभी जितने क्रू मेंबर थे उनको बंधक बना लिया। उस पर 18 मेंबर हैं। एक श्रीलंका के हैं, एक बांग्लादेश के हैं, 16 हमारे भारतीय मेंबर हैं, जो 1 महीने तक उनको शिप पर ही बंधक बना के रखा।
मैं मुकेश मेहता गाजियाबाद से निवेदन कर रहा हूँ कि जिन 16 क्रू मेंबर को ईरान में हिरासत में रखा गया है और जिनकी 2 महीने से कोई सुनवाई नहीं हो रही है, यहाँ हमने भारत के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी एवं विदेश मंत्री डॉक्टर जयशंकर को भी हमने सूचना दी थी और आज हम दोबारा फिर अपील कर रहे हैं उनसे कि आप इस मामले में हस्तक्षेप करके हमारे बेटे व अन्य क्रू मेंबर को सकुशल घर भिजवाने की कोशिश करें।
मेरा नाम सुशील कुमार है, मेरे भाई का नाम विशाल कुमार है। वो मर्चेंट नेवी में जॉब करते हैं। वो जिस शिप में काम करते हैं उसका नाम है MT वैलिएंट रोवर। उसमें कुल 18 लोग मौजूद थे। वह इस समय ईरान में फंसे हुए हैं। मेरा भारत सरकार और विदेश मंत्री जी से निवेदन है कि वह जल्द से जल्द उन्हें भारत वापस लाएं।
The vessel's main engine and generators have completely failed due to the lack of spare parts, leaving it without essential power. Basic sanitation has also collapsed. Toilets and non-functional hygienic conditions on board have deteriorated sharply, triggering serious safety concerns. But despite repeated appeals over the past several weeks, families claim no positive response has come from the authorities or diplomatic channels so far. The vessels was intercepted on December 8, 2025 in international waters near the UAE's Dibas port, after which that 16 Indian crew members were taken into custody by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps.
And now we are shifting focus as many as 161 Indian workers are now stranded in Saudi Arabia, alleging months of unpaid salaries, denial of basic necessities and passports being held by their employer. Now hailing from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, the workers say that they were promised jobs but were instead forced to work for years without pay, prompting an emotional appeal to Indian Ministry of External Affairs for immediate intervention. Now here's more on the story. Take a look.
3 महीने से ऊपर हो रहा है, ना खाने का पैसा है, ना इधर कोई आदमी इधर हम लोग का सुन रहा है, ना जवाजात सुन रहा है, ना इंडियन एम्बेसी सुन रहा है, ना पुलिस वाला सुन रहा है। कोई कुछ कहीं से कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है। हम लोग आपके इसलिए हम परेशान हैं। हम लोग को मदद की जरूरत है।
This is an urgent plea on behalf of Indian laborers stranded in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In a newly released video, 161 Indian workers who are stuck in the city of Abha have made an emotional appeal for help, citing unpaid wages, expired visas, and dire living conditions. These workers, hailing from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Rajasthan, traveled to Saudi Arabia seeking employment. But it slowly emerged that many had not received their salaries for over 3 months. Their visas expired months ago, yet their employers have reportedly refused to send them home. Back in India, the wait gets tougher by the hour. Multiple distress calls have been sent to the Ministry of External Affairs, only to be met with disappointment.
8 साल होने जा रहा है सर, कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हो रही है। जो आके एम्बेसी है कुछ भी नहीं करती है सर, सिर्फ मामला क्या है सिर्फ जान के और पूछताछ करके फिर बंद कर देती है सर, और कोई कार्रवाई नहीं करती है।
कहाँ बताए हैं अभी
सर? हम पहले दिल्ली में गए थे 2-3 महीने पहले, उसके बाद सऊदी एम्बेसी गए थे सर, वो भेज दिए पटियाला हाउस, पटियाला हाउस भेज दिए मदद ड्यू में सर हम 2-3 बार जा चुके हैं सर, कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हो रही, सिर्फ ईमेल कर रहे हैं सर, और वहाँ की क्या मैटर है सिर्फ जान के और क्लोज कर दें।
मंत्रालय में आपने कोशिश किया मिलने के लिए?
विदेश मंत्रालय भी गए सर, वो वहाँ सिर्फ बात हुई और कर ईमेल करो सर, अंदर रिसेप्शन में चले गए हैं और सब बोले वहीं से होगा सर, लेकिन वो भी कोई कार्रवाई नहीं कर रहे हैं। हम भी यहाँ से नहीं कुछ कर सकते हैं, सिर्फ राजनीतिक मुद्दे बात होती है और सिर्फ क्या करते हैं पासपोर्ट देखा जाता है सर, अंदर जाने ही नहीं दे रहे हैं सर।
While this case has gained attention because of the online appeal, migrant workers in the Gulf have long raised concerns about labor rights, wage delays, and harsh working conditions. Sources say the Indian Embassy and MEA officials are aware of the video and are in contact with the workers and local authorities.
All right, viewers, that's an end to 6 Stories at 6. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for further updates on Republic.